Can you hear me though? Yes. Okay. Thanks, Porker. Okay, so let's kick off then. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name is John, software engineer with 10 years of experience and the lead maintainer of Latterly.io. In case you don't know, this is Latterly.io. You can go sign up for free and land your first or next programming role, social network with others. There's an open source checklist right here. And then for as little as $1 a month, you get access to an advanced checklist that'll boost your job search. And for premium, you get even more goodies. Next month in February, I'm launching a small group. So expert-led small group sessions, and that is open to the premium members only. Okay, so what are we working on today? If you're really observant, you might have noticed a flash of poorly styled content. First of all, take a look at this mobile menu. It doesn't look particularly appealing, in my opinion. I don't know about you. I mean, let me know in the chat if you think it's great, but I don't think it's great. Let me also right-click and hard refresh, and this is going to be quick, but watch the upper right and look for a strange gray artifact. I don't know, like background thing around the button. Did you see that? Okay. You might not have seen it if you're not accustomed to the site. If you're a designer and you have quick eyes like that, you might have seen it. But as someone who visits the site often, that bugs me a lot. So I want to fix that. It's me, Lisa. What's up, Lisa? I'm explaining what we're working on. Let me show you one more time. Watch right here. I don't know if you can see it given the TikTok camera, but on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. By the way, if you're on TikTok, I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitch. Link is in the bio. You'll be able to see my full screen if you go over there. Okay, so y'all ready? You got to keep an eye right here, and you're looking for a strange, like, gray sort of oval thing. Did you see that? Okay, that's one thing that we're fixing. And in general, we're just fixing this mobile menu. I think the mobile menu is not great. Okay, so we're going to fix the mobile menu. Over here in the blog, if I go to the LeetCode Kata, it talks about 21 challenges. That's a typo. There are 20 challenges. There are only 20 challenges in the LeetCode Kata. So we'll fix that typo. And basically, we're going to walk. I've already fixed a bunch of this stuff. So we're going to walk through it. And here's the open piece that's still to do. So let's quickly walk through these other items. There's the typo, blogging hardware. Okay. So I wrote a blog about what hardware do you need to get started coding. In the cheapest case, you can get started with a Chromebook for around $200. If you have $500, $600, $700, that's really the sweet spot. And you don't really need to spend more than that. So that would be considering like a pretty good new Windows 11 laptop or an M1 used machine. Okay, so that's the hardware blog because I get asked that question a lot. We improved the 404. So let's take a look. This is Latterly.io. We're in production. Let's go to the banana page. Now, banana page is not a real page, right? It doesn't exist. So we get the 404. This 404 is not particularly good because I'm trapped, right? How do I get back to the rest of the site? I can hit the back button, but that's not an ideal user experience. So we're going to improve the 404. Skeleton button style, that's the flash that I showed you. And then better social post meta. This is one that we still need to do. So if I tried to brag about the updates on Latterly and I try to post over to LinkedIn or Twitch, currently the social meta is not particularly good. So let's go. I'll give you an example of this. Hey, Latterly is so cool. Check out our impressive social meta. So what is social meta? It is the preview that shows up. You see how it says 3 Latterly LeetCode Kata? Okay, so this is kind of whack. Specifically, I want to have a cool picture there. Here you do have some interesting content, and that is because it's based on the blog article content. But depending on the page that I pick, let's say I go to, I think, the About page. Let's just go to the home page. So if I go here to the home page, if I'm not mistaken, the social meta is even worse. Let's see if, yeah, because it's missing what's called the meta content or like the meta description. So it just says laterally.io. There's like no description there. So specifically, and let's go ahead and add the description here for social meta. Specifically, we want meta content, particularly for homepage, and a meta image. Okay, that's really the two things that we really want. All right, so let's kick off. So we'll close that. This is production. Now let's go over to localhost. Here we are on the localhost. I have a work in progress where if you're logged in, you shouldn't see the login button, right? That's basically the part that we are work in progressing. So we need to get authenticated state awareness in this mobile menu. And notice we're doing the mobile menu as its own page. It's not a modal, it's its own page, and that's fantastic for SEO. Here's a weakness of GPT-4. It uses an older Next.js specification where you would put an anchor inside of the link. We shouldn't be doing that anymore. Now, we should put the href directly on the link tag as it does here. And I have to repeatedly recontextualize GPT-4 because it keeps forgetting about that. So I had to say, this is not correct. And that's basically orienting you to where we are now. So you're all caught up. So let's dive in. So I'm pasting over the existing page, and that should be the same page, with the difference being that the href is now applied to the link tag. So I should Command F, left angle A, and I see no anchor tags. That's exactly as expected. So now let's go back to here, and we can see this doesn't look like I want it to look either. So actually the style has been disrupted because I had a previous good looking commit. This looks way better, right? So this is what the mobile menu is going to look like now. You click mobile menu, and this is not what that's supposed to look like. So we'll fix that up momentarily. And what else? We also have fixed the flash of unstyled content. So I'll empty cache and hard reload. You can watch the upper right, and you can see the content dynamically reloads because it depends on authenticated state. So on the right, you see a bit of a flicker, but the height doesn't shift. And then on the left, if you're watching the upper left, the icon doesn't change because it's there in the skeleton and in the loaded form. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Okay, and then we're using Tailwind to basically just show hide the mobile menu. So I'll go here to the top nav, and you can see what I'm doing. Top nav for laterally. And here you can see this top nav has an MD hidden and an MD block. So what that basically does is when the screen size crosses the medium threshold defined by Tailwind, it's going to do a show hide. And that is how we swap out the menu between the cell mode and the full desktop mode. Does that make sense? Cool. If you think this is interesting so far, throw a like on the video. That helps the algorithm send it to other potentially interested individuals. Happy weekend. Turn up. Okay. This doesn't look right. But the reason that I'm even working on this is for the authenticated state. So before we work on style, let's make sure the authenticated state is working. So here I'm logged out, so I'll go and log in. This is my email. Feel free to email me there. Okay, so now I'm logged in, and we know that because on the desktop view, the log in button is gone, and it's replaced with this account button, which lets me get to my settings and stuff. Okay. Now I want to be able to do that for the mobile menu. So here's settings. Yeah. And it's like, it's very half-baked. It's very half-baked. So we're getting the log out. That's good. We're getting settings. That's good. The other one that I should see is my profile. we should see my profile. So here on the desktop, I see my profile, and this is taking me to my public profile. Oh, by the way, in my settings, it's fine to have my contact email public. Enable public profile, update settings. Updated successfully. Working with Fang, and this is the website you make, LOL. Yeah. Is there an issue with that? Okay, so we updated the settings, so now I should be able to see my profile. And I'm surprised that contact email is not showing up. Oh, I put it in the wrong field, I think. Email, contact email. Looks like a real beginner, that's all. Thanks, WinDev. Shoot me your portfolio. I'll be happy to critique it. Do we have a cursor? Okay, it's doing a cursor. That's good. Cool. So now that shows up. All right. So here, it seems to be working in the sense of detecting authentication. Now, if I click log out, now it's going to show log in. So it's logging in and out, and it's toggling the buttons correctly. However, other than that, it's messed up, basically. So let's go fix that. So I'm going to stage this file because it's doing some things correct. It's doing some things correct. And then I'm going to revert some pieces because basically it's lost a bunch of the style that I want. So we're missing the top nav flex container. So let's grab that. I see the MT 25% nav is retained. So I will paste over that, I think. And I'm not seeing the fixed class name anywhere on the left file. So I wonder if I even need it. I might not even need it. Let's import these things. What this is going to do is add the purple bar to the top with the icon. So that top nav left includes here you can see the close button. So I don't need the second close button, which GPT moved to the bottom for some reason. So we'll remove that, save it, and let's look at the difference. So you see how the purple bar at the top is retained now? So that's a better user experience. Okay, great. These will be, do we like them on the left? I kind of wanted them in the center. What do you think? Do y'all like them in the middle or on the left? I could see that one going either way. So while we take a look at that, I'll Command-Shift-P, sort imports, Command-S, stage this, and we are missing a bunch of buttons. So that's the next thing I'll do. There's login and sign up. Great. The about is retained. Okay. And then it just says other links. So other links would be the blog. I think the blog is kind of the big one. Oh, community as well. Blog and community. And these are the buttons that should be displayed regardless of authenticated state. So this user menu, I'm not crazy about the name, but this is basically the portion of the menu that's authentication controlled. let's rename it. So authentication controlled partial menu. Authentication controlled partial menu. Authenticated, maybe just authenticated partial menu. I think that makes sense. Okay. So there's the authenticated partial menu. And then this part are the links that we're going to show regardless. Notice that in the previous code, the MY2 is on the linked, the list item. And the new portion, which GPT created, has no style on the list item. It applies the style directly on the link. I'm not really sure why we have a PX. Oh, that was just to bounce it off the left wall. You see that? It didn't want it all the way up there. So if we put them in the center, we don't need that. But there are design advantages to putting it to the left, reading style basically. Let's consult those FANG companies. What does Facebook do? So it uses a grid. I think that's totally fine. We could use a grid as well. That allows us to get an icon. That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's go for a grid. Why not? So we'll go, the top two will be the most important, and then we'll sort of wrap. I think we'll skip the icons for now. We can do that in the future if we want, but we'll basically go two columns and make these like tiny cards out of our links. Okay. So I'll take this unordered list. And do I want to include the nav? I'll include the nav anyway. I'm not sure it matters. Go over to GPT-4. Let's alter the link style so that it appears to be a 2-column layout. The links should have a small card design, and they should wrap every 2 cards. Sent you a DM. Thanks. All right, so we'll grab this portion. All right, and that's what we're looking for. Let's see, we could have them pop a little more. One way to make them pop is basically to have the entire page be a super light gray. So we're messing with the style section over here. Just say light blue, sure. That gets us started, whatever. So now we can pick the color picker. I really don't mind this light blue actually, but that's not really on our, it's not on brand. So here's the Latterly Violet 700. We'll grab that. So this is an RGB. Let's make it an RGBA. The A is for alpha. That gives it some transparency. Okay. So this is 50% transparent. This is 100% transparent. It's just white, right? Here's 0% transparent. I think we want lighter than 0.5. Let's go half. There's 2.5. I think we want less than that. I want it to look much lighter than the heading. That's the goal here. So this 5%, I think it does the job. It lets those buttons pop without really standing out. So even 5% looks good to me. We can go for 10. 10 gets to be competitive with the top bar in my view. So I would go less than 10. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I think 5 looks good. Now I feel like we're splitting hairs. 6, 7, 8, 6, 5. I'm going to keep it at 5. Let me know if you think differently. Chat says they make a couple. Oh, what's up, Robert? They make a couple good VS Code color picker extensions. Yep. I think that's right. So here we have a background white. And we're going to replace that with this. And I think that's the wrong syntax. So let's see if that sticks or not. Yeah, I think we just dropped back to white. Computed background. It's just not showing up, which means it's not computed at all. Cool. So I have this color. Oh, it's also the 5% of the Latterly Purple Violet. I have this color. In Tailwind, I have the related RGB called Latterly Purple. Let's look at our Tailwind config. Latterly light purple. Oh, latterly light purple dash what? I don't see dash anything. I guess that would be falling through to the 1 then. change it to hex code. Why? RGBA allows you to easily manipulate the opacity. Thanks for the likes, Kat. What are you building? We're building Latterly.io. This is an open source educational platform. And currently we're building out the mobile menu. Quick reminder, if you're on TikTok, you can go over to YouTube or Twitch and see the full screen. Okay, so it looks like the computed background color here is the Latterly off-white. So I think I can delete this class and it'll stay the same. Let's double check on that. Yeah, okay. So that light purple class is not even being used actually. Let's switch it to light purple 2. Now that it's light purple 2, we can see the computed background color. Click that. And it's still pointing to the Latterly off-white. Interesting. Okay, because both classes are there. Let's remove the off-white. I actually think we do want to keep it off-white, but I'm trying to see what it would look like the other way around. Yeah, it's like a lot lighter now, isn't it? Oh, that's just the border color. Got it. Branjo, thanks for the follow. Here's Latterly light purple 2. Let's throw that into the background. It was just being used on the border. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to see it work. And what if I change that over to 1? Does it lighten up? BG. Light purple 1. And it goes to basically white. I think it's just not loading in Tailwind. Light purple 1. Yeah, there's the darker. Okay, and then we have what? Up to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have up to 4. So let's see 4. Is 4 lighter then? Okay. I kind of want the off-white to be a lightened shade of this same purple. So let's go see how this looks, basically. So here we have this purple right here. I'm going to grab this purple 2 and turn it into an RGBA, and so that they can all be basically flavors of this same purple. This might ruin the site and we might roll it back. Okay. The font color is a darker version of this purple. It's coming from Inherit. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to grab it onto my clipboard so I can find where it's defined in the code. Bummer that that's like hard to grab. Copy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, here it is. It's the laterally violet 700. Okay, great. So I wonder if we could make all of the laterally purples just lightened shade of these. Okay, so 700, and then I think 600 is, let's see, can I get the color here? Is that darker or lighter is my question. Okay, so I'm watching this close button and I'm going to check and uncheck the purple. It becomes like a lighter neon color. Okay, so it's lighter. So as we go from 700 to 600, it becomes lighter. That's what I would expect. Good. So this will be the RGBA with a value of 1. Right? Get that dark purple. And now let's do the lighter versions. So maybe we go down to 5, and that's basically our lightest one. I don't know. I just kind of made those up. Let's see how they look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, let's try to make this the purple 1, which will be our lightest purple. Cool, and it becomes similar to that off-white. Then we go for purple 2. And it's a little darker, but I still see the close button popping, so that's good for me. And now I'll try to change this white to the close 1, which is the off-white. And let's make the border. First of all, I think we can kind of remove the border, but we can use the 5 there. Oh, I don't even like the border all the way around. Maybe I just like the border like a bottom border. Alter this tailwind style so the border only impacts the bottom of the element. Border B. Okay, cool. That's what GPT is good for. You don't have to memorize all this stuff. Okay, so we changed the border to a border B, and now it's just impacting the bottom there. I think that looks pretty good. So we can keep it. Yeah, what do you think? I think that looks good. get a clear delineation of the top nav and the body. And now let's go over, excuse me, and change this like mobile menu body, this one, to be the off-white. And here we have an off-white, and I want off-white to become an alias for this purple 2. Or sorry, purple 1. The body, where's the body in here? It's not in this one. Oops. It's this one. BG dash. Cool. And I think we achieved what we wanted with the button popping a little bit. Awesome. Obviously, login and sign up need to be buttons, so we'll fix that. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Do we want to reduce the margin at the top? I think it's fine. Thanks for the follow, Zachary. Asan sent, 5 roses. Thanks, Asan. Much appreciated. Happy Sunday. And so that's basically the idea. That's basically our idea. Oh, and I like that. So we have these card elements, and I like that we're kind of maintaining the card vibe, if you will. God bless you. Thank you, Asan. Same to you. Okay, let's stage this stuff because this is looking pretty good. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do is change this off-white. Where is off-white even used, first of all? On the forgot your password page. Make it VR responsive. Do you mean very responsive? It is responsive, right? See mobile menu and then the regular menu. Yeah, I think this site is totally responsive. Is there something that's not responsive about it? So I'm asking GPT-4, consider this Tailwind config block. Is there a way to make laterally off-white become an alias for light purple 1? What kind of stack do you use today? So we're using Blitz.js for this. Don't use ChatGPT, bro. Do it yourself. Not at all. Not at all. You need to use the tools properly. Imagine reading through the documentation instead of asking GPT. That would take me like 20 times longer. Do you use Google? Do you use Stack Overflow? It's just a better version of those. The idea that you should skip ChatGPT is such a joke. Okay, so they just changed the value. Yeah, that's fine. With pen and paper. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you code with pen and paper. I use my brain. I know everything. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not that smart. If I was that smart, maybe I would. But in the meantime, I'm going to use tools instead. This feels bad. If it's going to be the same value, let's just remove it. Should I just remove laterally off-white? Let's think. Totally, right? Fewer classes to deal with. Sounds like a great idea. But the name is cool. Off-white, literally just like as a general design concept, having an off-white is like kind of like a general design concept. What program? This is VS Code. I'll just put a comment. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Element OP QRST. Let's just sort these real quick. Element OP. Cool. Yeah, the configuration file is JavaScript, although most of the application is in TypeScript. All right, so this works for me. We'll stage that. We have the top nav. What did we do to the top nav? We changed the border, right? That works for me. Oh, also that's not true, is it? Is it light 1 or light 2? Yeah, it's light 1. Okay, great. Cool. And then we renamed this thing. So let's commit this, and then I'll leave this as an open change, and we will finish up the links. So what's the feature here? The main feature here is that we used this like new Tailwind style thing. So I'll call this a style commit. JavaScript is the same as Java. Ooh, ouch. I feel like the chat is kind of trolly today. That's okay. Sometimes we just need to vent, right? Sometimes we just need to go vent. Yes. I love it. Happy Sunday. Thanks for being here. I kind of don't want to stage this one either. Mobile menu. That's the same file. Mobile menu TSX, pages, mobile menu TSX. Yeah, okay. It's the same file. We're staging it. Brain no worky. Sorry about that. Command Shift P. Oh, oops. I meant to sort the sort. I wanted to sort the imports. Sort imports. I had to unstage it because in that like staged view you can't edit, and it was complaining about that. Okay, so we will commit other than this mobile menu TSX. So the style change here is light purples as shades of Violet 700. Light purples as shades of Violet 700. That's the change there. Push that up. Brandon, thanks for the follow. Okay, so what we're doing here is more of a functionality. This is the mobile menu, and we want to fix the links, right? Login and sign up are remaining. Login. Yeah, these bad boys. So let's extract the style the style that we're using, say here, and we will label it. So this is const mobile link class. Oh, let me use all caps because it's a constant. Mobile link classes. Sure, that works. Thanks, Copilot. So we will go replace these cases with the variable. So if we ever update that thing, it updates in all places. Thanks for streaming this type of content. Looking forward to getting in the industry. Awesome. Love the attitude. Thanks for being here. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Okay, here's the about. So that's a lot easier to read, isn't it? Because it's so much less characters, so much less volume of letters. Can you review my portfolio? Maybe. Do you mean like right now or like after the stream? You can shoot me a DM. So setting. So now we're going to apply this to the other cases. Whenever you can. Yeah, shoot me a DM. Add community subpages here. No, we don't want to because the community pages are accessible even if you're not logged in. So that's a mistake. That is a mistake. So here's the authenticated menu items. Cool. And what about the guest menu items? Yep. So log in, sign up. Cool. So your guest menu items are the login and sign up. That's right. And then your authenticated menu items are settings and log out. That's not right. This should be account dropdown, not just settings. To do, we'll comment that. How long have you been coding? About 10 years. So you can see we have those card style for all of these links now. About blog, community, login, sign up. They're just in alphabetical order for now. That's arguably not optimal. I should probably have sign up first because you get eyes on it first and you improve your ClickFunnels. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring login and sign up to the top. Typically, login goes before sign up. So we'll do login and sign up. And login, sign up. Then blog, I think would be next. Login, sign up, blog, community, about. I think that's a better, truer to intent ordering. So we have login and sign up. Cool. All we need to do is make sure that this appears before those standard ones. So the authenticated partial menu is currently below. So we're going to bring it above. Okay. Now we have login, sign up, about, blog, community. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe about goes before blog. Like, I could toss a coin on that. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure I care. About, blog, community. And then community should be a sign up, not just, or should it be a drop down, not just a link. Community. To do community should be a drop down, not just a link. Bam. So we will stage this. Sign up for free versus sign in, alternate to login. What's up, Digpin? Thanks for being here. Joining us from Twitch. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't care about all these things. Like sign up one word versus sign up with a dash versus sign up 2 words. Is there any research on like how well these things work? Design research on sign up versus sign up. My tendency here is like, I just don't care. And so don't spend time on it. When using the word as a noun, it's 1 word. It could be used either way in my case. Yeah, so whether you refer to the sign up page or, hey, you user, it's a call to action to sign up, that's fine. And they're saying do an A/B testing. Which pick is better? I believe shorter is preferable. That's an interesting call. Sign up is shorter. By that token, all one word sign up is even shorter, isn't it? Sign up and sign in confuse users. So they'll say register and sign in, sign up or log in, which is what I've done. Sign up and sign. Okay, this, I like this. This is like actual UX research. So we don't want to use sign up and sign in. What we're doing is log in and sign up. We're basically in this OK area. So the easy thing to do is to pick this good register. But like, does register, like, is that confusing? Like, I feel like register is not what a lot of people say. Let's go to Facebook. I'm gonna log out. So if I'm logging out, wouldn't you think that I'm logging in? So they are logging out and logging in. And here they say create a new account. Register sounds cleaner. I wonder if this is like a regional thing. Because like a register to me is like when you go to checkout, like you go to checkout at a grocery store. That's a register. They have a register there. Or you might be singing in a different register. The phrase register an account is like, it's not that it's nonsense. I mean, it makes sense. It just seems relatively rare. Create new account. And then what does Twitter do? So here we'll log back in. Register is more for events or exclusives. Interesting take. Let's go over to Twitter. So Twitter is going to say, I don't know, Twitter just doesn't let you fucking log out at all, do they? Twitter just traps you. That's their strategy. Great. Log out. So Twitter will say log out, and they will say create account or sign in. Okay, so no one is saying sign up. That's my takeaway. So I'm going to ditch sign up, and I'm going to go create account. So I'm going to do log in, log out. Oh, shit. I almost ruined the world. My bad. Are you going to do all this stuff? Like, come on. Let me log in, Twitter. You made it so hard for me to log out. Let me log in. Okay, I'll log into Twitter after the stream, I guess. Wow, that is crazy difficult. Okay, so we're going to log out and log in. And we're going to use 2 words, right? Oh, this is great. Twitter uses both. It says log in one place and sign in another place. That's hilarious. We're going to log out and log in. That's what Facebook said. It's 2 words. We're going to log out and log in, and then we are going to create account. So log out. So we're going to log out. See, now I have to like go change everything because it's called logout. This is why I just hadn't spent any time on it. Is this really going to drive user activity? Everything is called logout. I suspect that this is going to do nothing for my conversion. Sign up, but sign up we're not going to do. We're going to create account, which is very clear. I do like that. Sign up. So go to my top nav. So here's sign up, and we'll say create account. Sign up page is no longer called the sign up page. It is now the create account page. And this will be log in. It's the logout mutation. Here's the logout button. And our logout button will now say log out. FibbyDev, what up, what up? How do I get 1,000 followers on TikTok? I don't know. Maybe just talk a lot. Looking at those. Oh, Saskia. Hey, John, nice to see you here again. Yeah, good to see you. Looking at those, I think login was generally where you could only use username, password. Sign in was for social. No, that doesn't matter. It's also called social login, social sign in, social authentication. Those are all synonyms. Yeah, that's not a useful distinction. Talk a lot. Yeah, I'm serious. People overrate quality and underrate quantity when it comes to getting that first 1,000 social media connections. Where is the UI? It's right here. It's right here. So now we need to go change our routes.signup because it's now the create account page. Okay. So here is the sign up page no longer. Now we are the create. Okay, I need to regenerate my Prisma client. Blitz Prisma generate. And then we'll do an npm run build. This is going to fail, but it should cause my router to recompile the available values. Thanks for the likes. So you can see now it's giving me a error that the sign up page is not a thing. Perfect. So now it will be the create account page. Okay. So we'll look for .sign up page. That's a different app. Here we go. Here, that one. Oh, and where was I? Create account, right. Sign up for free. See, we're using this language, sign up. Create an account for free. This is the right app. Yep. Create account. Laterally. That's it. That's it. Do you use the global find replace? No, I've been burned too many times. I will look through one by one. I've seen too many bad things happen when people do a global find replace. Okay, so now let's try to build. I'm expecting a success this time. Quick reminder, if you're on TikTok, you can throw a like on the video so that TikTok will send it around to other interested individuals. And if you'd like to be able to see the full screen, you can check my bio and visit Twitch or YouTube. How does one maintain state when the page changes? The answer is to hold state on the server. So for example, a JSON web token will hold your session, your authentication, your user session state in a token that doesn't expire when the page is refreshed. It's not held in page memory. Good question. Okay. Hey, look, now we have the sitemap with the mobile menu on it. We love to see it. That's good for SEO. Okay, so the login form, how do I do that? Are you asking how do you use a JSON web token? What are you asking? Try rephrasing. Here's login. We don't say login anymore, do we? We say log in with 2 words. So let me Command Shift F. Robert asked if I do the global find and replace. I'll do a global search, but I will not do a global find and replace. I don't mind if these technical entities use the login, all one word. This is a different app. The technical entities can use the login, all one word, but the user-facing content will be 2 words. Okay. So here's the login form, for example. Submit text login, that's going to say log in. This H1 will say log in. So we're going to create account and log in, which is you get this big contrast between sign up and sign in, which the similarity of the words in sign up and sign in can cause user confusion. That I buy. That I do buy. And then you have the symmetry between log in and log out, which I also quite like. How do I do that? Maintain states. You're typically going to rely on an authentication middleware. You typically don't want to create your own authentication system. So in Blitz.js, you get authentication out of the box. So check out Blitz.js. If you don't want to use Blitz.js, there is a fantastic authentication library called NextAuth. This is my go-to when I'm using the T3 stack, for example. And it will basically do the same thing. And arguably, it'll do the same thing better. So yeah, you don't need to worry about defining like a state container for your sessions, you will simply pick the right authentication library. Okay. We are still making sure the user-facing content is 2 words, log in. Oh, login is the substring of blog index. That's fun. Log in, looking good. Oh, found another terrible violator. Log in, burn, burn. I can't believe you said log in all one word. You go to web optimization hell. Okay, otherwise looking good. It's a different app. I think we're good. I think we found all of them. Red, yellow, green, different app, different app. Okay, great. And so we will stage these changes. And the feature here is clearer user auth language. Log in and log out and create account, not sign in, sign up. I'll even ref the article just so that people are like, why the hell did you waste time on that? First of all, because research, that's basically the reason. I mean, in plain React, when a user moves to another page and goes back to the original page. Yeah, that's why you need a library, right? Are you saying that you don't want to use a authentication library? So React itself does not have authentication built in. Again, I really encourage you to pick up an authentication library instead of trying to build authentication in vanilla React. That's going to be a super painful experience. Okay, npm run dev. Let's refresh this page. To do community tab expansion for mobile, we still need to do that. Auth awareness, done. Better social post meta, we still need to do that. So let's work on this community tab expansion, and it's also going to be the account expansion. This initial refresh will take a moment longer because the dev server is loading into memory. FibbyDev, it's not about authentication. I mean normal use state hook in React. It's being lost when the URL changes. Yes, that's how it works. That's how use state works. So use state is an in-memory data container. When you refresh the page, it is lost. That is the correct purpose of use state. If you want the state to persist, you need to save it somewhere. So that's why we started talking about save. One place that you could save it is in a JWT. Another place that you could save it is in the database. Again, that will be bound to a user. If you want to save it in a way that is not bound to a user on the server, you could consider using local storage. I'll throw that out there. Local storage has a bunch of edge cases and problems, but you can look into it. So this looks pretty good, right? So log in, create account, about community. Let's say I want to log in. All right, fair enough. This is me. You can also put the state in the URL itself, by the way, FibbyDev. So you can use route and query parameters. Depending on what state you're dealing with, that's an option. This is looking good. Look at that top nav, gorgeous. And now it says settings, log out, about log community. This is great. Okay, now we're ready to proceed to the expansion. So settings and community should not be links. They should be buttons. Settings. Let's just go ahead and do this. So here I'll say account. So now it says account. And notice if I'm on the full screen, account drops down to my profile settings and logout. So we're actually going to block logout right here. Top nav. Here's the top nav. Account, handle account click. Okay, so let's explain this problem to GPT and have it do the refactor, and then we'll supervise. Consider the current mobile menu page implementation. I would like to change here we can zoom in to the specific subcomponent, which is this authenticated menu items. I would like to change the authenticated menu items so that account is not a link, but it is instead a button that shows a submenu when clicked. It should also have an animated chevron icon. This is similar to the behavior we can see in the non-mobile form of the menu. So here I'll show the non-mobile form of the menu. And that is using this in the top right nav. In the top right nav, which is used in the non-mobile form of the menu. And there I've pasted the definition of top right nav. Oh, top nav right. Oops, top nav right. Cool. All right. 5-4 says, hello, I'm new here. I have an unrelated question to what you're doing. Fire away. Welcome. Thanks for being here. To adapt the authenticated menu items, you'll want to manage state. Hey, look, we've been chatting about state and it's come up, hasn't it? Excuse me. 5-4 says, is TypeScript the same as JavaScript? The answer is no. They are technically different, but the difference relation is a superset relation. So all valid JavaScript is valid TypeScript, but not all valid TypeScript is valid JavaScript. That's like a square and a rectangle. Believe it or not, every square is a rectangle, because the definition of a rectangle is that the opposite sides of the polyhedron are equal in length. And that's true for every square. So just like a square is a special rectangle, you can think that JavaScript is a special case of TypeScript. Specifically, it is the case of TypeScript where you have no types in use. So they're not the same, but basically, if you can write JavaScript, pretty much the only difference from there is types, and that's why we call it TypeScript. Does that make sense? Okay, here's an example of how you could implement these changes. I don't want an example, homie. I want the actual implementation. So let's tell it the submenu items. account. Well stated. Thanks, Robert. 5-4 says, yeah, thanks. Very welcome. Thanks for being here. Ooh, could I even use... I wonder if I could reuse these components. My profile settings and the logout button. We'll keep them separated for now. We'll keep them separated for now. In theory, all that I need to change is the class name, which is really easy because I already have it extracted to a constant. Let me try this. This could be an awful idea. We'll see if this works. So we're going to literally reuse the account menu items. Authenticated menu items here. This is the redone version that has the toggle submenu. Okay. Icon vertical chevron is the same being used. Great. Is pointing up. Submenu. Okay, cool. It's looking good to me so far. So we'll import this. Let's find the submenu components. Here's the submenu component. And I'm going to give this a more specific name. We're going to call this mobile account submenu. Mobile account submenu. And this is the part where I use the crazy idea to actually reuse the account menu items. So here I'm pushing enter 4 times and I'm highlighting and commenting the implementation, and I'm just going to arrow directly at the existing account menu items. Here we want the user ID. Okay, let's pass the user ID. By the way, I could just get the user ID here. I don't need to pass it, do I? Yeah, let's do that. Instead of drilling the user ID, we can go over here. We can come over here and locally compute it. Cool. So here we have the account menu items. It's more self-contained. It's more portable now, right? It's finding the current user. So we'll want to make sure to test that. And that really simplifies this. In fact, I don't even need this bit at all. I can simply do that, which is really nice. Here I will say React.useState. So the question is, like, does this work? Do we get a account chevron, and when we spin it, we see the thing that we want to see? Let's test. All right, chevron in place. We love to see it. Let's get a dub in the chat for that chevron, eh? Come on, come on. If the ladies aren't chasing you down after that, what will do it? I don't know. So these are cool, but I want them to be cards, right? And so this is where I want to pass in the link class, or let's see, link class name. Okay, so slight adjustment to make that more generic. And over here, I have the mobile link classes. I think class name should have a capital N. Is that right? Yeah, class name. Thanks for the likes. Great. So logout still looks bad. Logout still looks bad. My profile works. We were worried about that one. That's great. Settings works. So the functionality is good. Oh, did that say logout all one word? Okay, it's 2 words. Almost had a heart attack. You know, you can't say logout all one word or you're the worst. You'll just be the worst. Here's one thing I'm not crazy about. It's popping it below. Maybe that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I do want to give some sort of better affordance or indication to the user that this is a submenu. So maybe I should give it like a background color, huh? Make sure there's no regression on the desktop version. The desktop version is looking good. All right, cool. So here, yeah, we want to fix the logout button. We want a little bit more spacing. Okay. So let's go over here. I'm liking this approach though. Can we simply do one of these? That feels too easy, right? There's no way this would work. It's way too easy. It's outrageous. It's outrageous to think that you can just code and stuff just works. Like, that's too good to be true. So whoever in the chat was asking about types earlier, basically these are types. You see how I'm saying string name is guaranteed, or link class name is guaranteed to be a string. That is basically all TypeScript is. That's basically all it is it gives you guarantees about the underlying data type. And that's something that's absent in vanilla JavaScript, right? So super simple concept, but super powerful concept. The problem here is that you're testing before commits. You're supposed to test in production. My bad. My bad. I know. Sorry. My my day job has trained me, and so I can't, do open source properly anymore. Get rid of a line of code there. That cleans it up a little, I think. I don't like to have a conditional in the middle of those expressions. I think the open source standard is 1 commit per 1,000 changes. Yeah, because you want to be a 10x developer, right? So you want to do 100% of your work. So you want to have 100 commits, but then you want to be a 10x developer. So you need 1,000 changes. Yep, cool. Going to go ahead and stage this. Those are all jokes, by the way. If you're a junior developer, please keep your commits small. Keep your commits small. This does say that account menu items requires this. We don't want to say that. We want to give it a default value. Question mark there to make it optional. Good deal. And now that it is effectively portable, and so we should just extract it now. Top nav right. So now that it is self-contained and it's no longer exclusive to this component, it's no longer an exclusive subcomponent, it's now an independent component. We should extract it to its own file now. So I'm going to Command X. I've collapsed it and highlighted the group, and I'm going to Command X. That drops this file by like 20 lines, and that's good because this file is now over 100 lines. So we want to keep our stuff small, right? Keep our stuff small. And we will go over to the components. Here we are. We're already in the components. That's great. So we'll just make a new one. What do we call this thing? We called it account menu items. This is the account menu items.tsx. Now we have the menu items wrapper. Okay. Let's see. Will we also be extracting those? I think so. So let's go ahead and grab all 3 of these. And then the logout button. Great. So we'll grab all that stuff. Look, now this thing's under 80 lines. We love it. So put all this stuff here because all of these items will be shared. So these will be, it's not just the account menu items. It is the menu, like submenu utilities. Submenu utilities. They're not utilities, really. They're components. I could put each of these in their own file, but then they'll be importing each other. Does command minus give you move extract options? Let's see. Command minus. Control minus. Whoa. I think not. I think not. Although if I right click, I think I can refactor over here. Command period. Okay. Let's grab this button. Command period. Control period. I'm not seeing it, but there are refactor options. If you go look around, I don't know. Command Shift P, extract. No, refactor. Yeah, so I can go over here to this refactor menu. I don't know. I don't really like doing stuff that way. I'd rather move them line by line so that I know what I'm moving. But there are some cool tricks if you do a lot of refactors and you're interested in like techniques for speeding up refactors. There are some cool tricks like that. So here we are in this account menu items. We're going to rename it. This is going to be top nav submenus. What will we call it? Mobile menu. nav submenu items. We can just call it nav submenu. Nav submenu. Indeed, it's still the top. It's the top nav still. Even on mobile, it's still the top nav, right? So this is the top nav submenu. And we have a few items in here. I'm going to go ahead and export the community menu items. We can bring in all of this stuff and delete the ones that are not used. So here I can see the vertical chevron and the menu context are not used. And the reverse over here, I see some things are no longer used as well. What about things that are used in both places, like the menu item standard classes? Menu item standard classes, no? Top nav standard classes. Cool. So the way this is going to work is that top nav right will import top nav submenu, and the reverse is never true. So you can see the direction flow dependency is that this is actually a higher order component because it's imported in here and the reverse is never true. So because of that relation, I'm going to delete this export and I will have it imported from here. Does that make sense? So that I'm avoiding a cyclical import. I'm avoiding a two-way, like a cyclical dependency. All right, so let's import these things that I've moved over. And that's basically it. So now the top nav right is under 80 lines. That's great. I'll stage that. What about this guy? Sort the imports. It's looking good. And now in the mobile menu page, we need to change these imports. So I'll delete these imports that are no longer correct. Import from the other location. Command-Shift-P, sort imports. Cool. And at this point, we want to do a functional test. Okay. And I can see my logout button is styled as the others are. We'll do a regression test over here. That's looking good. So it's not done, but it is in a committable location. So I think we should. Also the on logout authenticated menu items. All right, we'll deal with that separately. I might not need on logout anymore. So what's the feature here? The feature is that we've extracted this file. So we can just call the feature after that extracted file. Top nav submenu. Top nav submenu. Push that up. Let's test if I can remove this on logout thing. That'll be a nice small commit if it works. Now I don't need this mutation anymore. Hey.
When do you plan on shower?
I had a shower. I had a shower at the gym.
And put dirty clothes back on.
Okay. Oh, when are we going out?
We're leaving at 6.
We're leaving at 6. All right, I'll be done at 5. I have to get all nice. Okay, so this is Simplifying this page, we love to see that. But does it work? But does it work though? Let's log out. Looks like it's not working. Log out button is not working. All right, so let's dive into that log out button and figure out why. So go to my account menu items. I go to the logout button, and here I have a logout mutation. I see no reason that this should not work. Let's check the network tab. It's triggering get current user. Why though? Console.log, let's just make sure that this is even being triggered. Yeah, it's not actually being triggered. Okay, get current user is being triggered. It looks like the list item is hijacking the click event. That's what it looks like. I wonder if I can just raise the Z index here. Because it seems it's being overlaid by its parent. Go 999. And that did it. Okay, so there's a Z index problem. I can use Z index if I need to force it, but I wonder if there's a more elegant solution. So the account menu items. Here's the menu items wrapper. Right. Okay. So here could be a more elegant solution. Is to put this submenu outside of that list item. Let's see what this does. We're going to log back in. Ooh, interesting. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Believe it or not, this is progress. So it's pushed off the edge of the page. So we need to give it some sort of style. And we should make it a flex, basically. I want to push it down a row. I think I need a special flex style here. So the other elements are taking a flex size of 2, I believe. Can I wrap this? Flex wrap. That's not going to help, right? flex grow. I do, okay, we can try the direction. All right, so that proves that we fixed the click-through problem, but we have a styling problem. It is progress though. Okay. I want there to appear a row. I want there to appear a row. We can just make, so one thing that would be nice is if we can make 3 new list items appear, but they're contained inside of this thing over here. Menu items wrapper. Maybe I don't want a menu items wrapper. Is there a way on the submenu items to force a button width? Yeah, you can do that if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it. Deontay, what up? If the menu items wrapper has flex wrap, that could solve this. Okay, it's already flex. What about flex wrap? Is that a thing? Okay, it kind of works. It kind of works. And then that should not have a regression on here because it's not long enough to need to wrap. And even if it was long enough to need to wrap, that would be a benefit, not a problem. Because as it is today, let's say I had 20 submenu links. It would just go off the page. It's much better to have it wrap. So this is like a triple win. I think it's a triple win, even though we're not quite there yet, but I'm liking the direction. Here, I don't need this. We'll stage that. So we're staging the flex wrap on this menu items wrapper. Here, I don't want this to be a div. Oh, it could be a div. It'll need to be inside. It'll need to be inside of the conditional. Okay, that should allow us to avoid, there was a blank space. I don't know if you saw that. So there's no like weird blank space there. And now it pops in and out. The only difference I'd like to see is that I would like it to take up a whole row. So I want it to take like a flex size of 4, or I don't know if that's the most elegant way of doing that. Maybe I can try W full. Let's see if this works. Nope. Because that's still going to take. What's the semantic thing to do here? Is it semantic to have a nav within a nav to indicate a submenu? It's not inherently incorrect, but no one does that. Okay. Okay. A UL makes total sense to me. But how does it look? So now this is a UL. We're not going to do absolute. The right way to do this is with flex. The right way to do, I just need to expand the width. And I might need to do a flex row for part. I might need to do a partial render with flex row as well. So they do the UL inside of the LI. It's not another list item. Okay. All right, let's try it. Let's see. That might wreck things. So now we're going to put it back into the LI. And now I click settings. Oh, wait, settings was always working. It was the log out. Okay. Sheesh, that worked. That worked. So we're going to log in. This is almost okay. If I could just get away with doing some margin, I'd be okay with that. I'm actually okay with that because that sort of creates the affordance I was looking for anyway. It's like, why is it aligned weird? And the answer is because we're breaking the normal render flow because this is a submenu. I'm cool with that. Does the width take up like actually the whole width? No? What if I give it like a background color? So you get this light gray background to make it pop a little more. I don't know what's going on upstairs. What do you think, chat? Do we like the gray background or not? Gray background or not, chat? Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some margin there. So the account menu items, we'll do the mobile link classes, and then we're also going to do an M1. We'll mess with it. We'll see. Maybe M2 or something is better. I think that already looks good. It's indented slightly, and I don't know if I like that or not. Was going to say it needs a slight indent. Okay. That's like probably too much, huh? Or maybe that's good. So we can do an MX5 and an MY2. Let me just go with an M2. Okay. Should we indent a little more? Does that look good? So we don't really need the gray background then, or do we still want the gray background? I think I'm okay with this. Like, it's not the best design in the world, but you know, if you happen to be a professional designer, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to go with this for now. Okay. Cool. So let's commit this. And the feature here is account submenu for mobile. All right, we have this authenticated menu items. Here's the account menu items. And now we want to do similarly for, I generally would color clicked buttons. Ooh, okay. I like that. So when I click it, the account is going to get a sort of a tint. We have the chevron down. Guess we can do double. That's fine. Does Tailwind have a clicked color? Oh, active. So here's the button, and let's try to give it an active style. I'll tweak the color like this. We're just going to see if it does what I want. Okay, it's literally just in that moment. This is pretty easy. I can use the same bool here. Okay. Oh, instead of red, it will say BG red. So the button has a background red. Why is it not working? BG red is not a thing for you? BG accent, is that a thing? BG frost. Okay, I thought I had I thought you could just put whatever you want over there. I guess not, huh? I would like to provide a light gray tint on a button background when the chevron is expanded. but this isn't working. Quick reminder, y'all can go sign up for Latterly.io for free. This is the site we're working on. You can sign up for free and learn to code, land your first or next programming role, and grow your social network. Oh, it wants me to do a null check? Okay, that's fine. Nope, that didn't fix it. BG red is being a the visual style doesn't change. Oh, because I didn't put the number in there. I always forget with Tailwind, they want you to put a number. Yep, there you go. So now we have that gray background. Let's go with a 100 instead. Maybe I should. I want the border to pop a little more too. So the border 600 gray, the border gray 600 is effective. Does it get higher than 600? Can I do 800? Border 2, cool. Whoa. How about a regular border? Okay, that pops. And in fact, I think we can walk back the color. Cool. I think that pops, but it's not like overwhelming or anything. Robert says, I kind of like it. Awesome. Looks good to me. Go team. All right, so what are we doing now? We're over here. This is just a single one-off commit. This is easy. Oh, and let me go back to my non. So the ternary where the right hand of the ternary is an empty string, I'm not crazy about that. Let me see if I can do one of these. Yeah, it still works, right? Then I don't have the empty string value, which is like a silly case. So this is a style. I'm going to say double indicate active menu. Double indicate active menu. Cool. What are we at? We're at 447. I think I'm going to make it before dinner. This is great. We need to do the community tab now. So here's the authenticated menu items. Now let's do the community tab. This will be toggle account submenu. I'll let GPT-4 do the boilerplate here. Excuse me, consider this mobile menu implementation. Let's refactor the community link to also be a submenu, as is the case for the account button. Notice that I have started refactoring toggle submenu to toggle account submenu to create more distinction and less confusion, since there will be two submenus going forward. Please complete this, complete and maintain this refactor as well. Is community submenu? They're getting it. GPT is on a roll. Is community submenu open and toggle community submenu? Great. Now, why is this part of the authenticated partial menu? Is that where it's supposed to be? It's not supposed to be there. All right, whatever. We can basically do the rest of it. Account. Okay. It made it too similar. Is community only available after logging in? The answer is no. And GPT got confused on that, I'm noticing. But that's okay. We can basically keep it and just move it. That's fine. So here we're going to have the community list item. We'll copy that. We're going to put that over here. This is why it's important to know what's actually going on, so that when GPT screws it up, you can catch them, right? We will grab these handlers and state, and we will place them in the mobile menu page, not the authenticated partial. So we have our use router followed by our use state. That looks good to me. We don't need this toggle account submenu. Okay, great. And the community menu items is flowing through from here. we will want to do the class refactor. Okay, so we're using that same class refactor. And let's see what gives. Bam. Look at that. You know what? I almost like it this style. Chat, let me know. Do you like the upper left style or the lower right style? All right, I see one vote for lower right, so we'll do lower right. Perfect timing for me to get my chips in. Thank you so much. Menu item standard classes. Is this exported? Now it should be. Because I'm going to reuse it. Top nav submenu. It can remain right here. It can remain right here. The mobile link classes are going to be the mobile item standard classes. And then I do want some additional MY. Whoa, then the corners got squarish. That's weird. What happened there? Oh, okay, hold on. I don't want to delete it. I just want to use it in less places. So this will be, got it. These are actually two classes now. So there's mobile link classes. And then there is mobile submenu item classes. We want to do that over here. And really, we can just do this and add the M2 over here. Cool. And you see how that gives more space so that I don't have to worry about mobile users fat fingering it is the idea. Maybe M5 is a bit too much. Chat, let me know. Does this look good or should I pare it back a little bit? I'm not going to pare it back a lot, but I will pare it back from M5. You can check out 3 or 4. I'm actually okay with this, unless I get a resounding no. My profile, about 3/4 or half the vertical. Okay. Okay. So what would that be? Instead of an M5, let's try an M3. I think this is good. We'll try it out, and if we all end up fat fingering it, we can always come change the code, right? Good. All right, let's commit this. Looks good and doesn't force scrolling. Yeah, that's a win. I am glad though that if needed, the scrolling works. That also makes me happy. But you're right. Like if you don't need it, don't do it, right? Okay, so what's the feature here? The feature is community submenu for mobile. All right, let's see if we can quickly knock out the social meta. I've got a whole total 10 minutes for this. How do I add social post meta for my site? What I mean is when I go to post my site on LinkedIn.com, Twitter, and so on, and other social platforms, a thumbnail preview is generated for my site. I would like to add an image to this and also some text content. I think the answer is we want to use the meta tag, but I will let GPT-4 tell me. Ooh, open graph tags. Nice. My Toy, thank you so much. So let's, for starters, just use the this image. So we'll go to the home page, Command P index. We're looking for, let's look for laterally index. Here it is, and here we're looking for the next image. It's this one. This is, let's see, we got 2 logos. Why are there 2? One's for mobile, I think. Is that what's going on? SM:block. SM:block is uniquely found here. Is community owned? Oh, plus it can be used as a favicon. Yeah, my site already has a favicon though. You may have noticed that. It just doesn't have the social meta. I have an image that I use on my site that is written like this. Written like this using next image. How should I refer to that logo image in my head tag? Use the absolute URL. Okay. So we can, it's already in prod, so we can use that. Open image in new tab. Avoid using these optimized URLs directly. Got it. Nice, that works. Okay, great. So let's go to find the head tag. Here we are. Now we are going to add the OG image and the Twitter image, element OPQRC. Okay, cool. And the other will be what? Description? Title, I think we already have title, don't we? Title. Why is there an or statement? That will never be, like what? That or will never trigger. That's super weird. Okay, so we have the title, the prepended title, and then we can reuse it here. About. Here's the content of my about page. Using this, construct meta description and meta keywords, if that's still used. So we got type is done, title is done, description is in process, URL, we'll add that, and then the image is done. Yeah, URL will be latterly.io, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we already did the image. Cool. Meta description, replacing that with the keywords. Oh, hey, Robert. The command period is working now. I'm not sure what the distinction was. But anyway, it's working now. There's a hotkey to have the page wrap. I thought it was option P or option period. A journey of innovation and learning awaits you at Latterly. That sounds kind of dumb. Join our passionate community of learners and innovators. Discover tools and programs that accelerate your tech career. Embrace open source learning and celebrate diversity and quality of life. Start your path to success with Latterly today. That's pretty good. So it ended strong. I want to just rip the main page. Option Z. Oh, okay. Option Z. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I like the idea of like your adventure awaits. I don't know. I'm so not a marketer. Your tech adventure awaits. And then we can get rid of that piece. Join our passionate community of learners and innovators. GPT is a marketer. Facts. Latterly helps you learn to code, land your first or next programming role, and grow your social and professional networks. Is there any issue, including line breaks like this? Is generally not recommended. Okay, fine. All right. Latterly, learning, innovation, tech career, open source, community, education, programming. That's a big one. Whoa. Copilot's going wild. Yep, React is good. I think we're pretty good. Latterly, learning, innovation, tech career, open source, community, education, programming. I think that's pretty good. Mentoring, okay. Mentorship. Yeah, that's a good one. Mentor is probably even more used. Career development is in there. Let's go for tutorial as well. All right. Cool. All right. Thanks for joining, y'all. I think this wraps it. And then the next step is ship it to prod and then make sure that social meta works. Obviously, I would debug if needed, but I won't keep you around for that. Thanks for being here. Look forward to these updates being on the site later today.